I get asked this question all the time. How do I get my first client on LinkedIn? And too many people go about it the wrong way. And then they get upset, they get depressed, and then they try harder doing it the wrong way, or they just simply give up. I'll give you what I refer to as my 7 tactical tips of getting to your next great client or your first client through LinkedIn. Number 1, you need to be really clear about who is that client. Who is the person that you're trying to appeal to? Who is the person that you're trying to get to see you and perceive you as an authority in your space to want to have a conversation with you? Listen to my words. It's not about who is the person you want to sell to. It comes along the way. But it starts with being clear about who is the person that you want to see you and perceive you as authority. When you're clear about that, then you can get started. And the first thing you need to do after you're clear about who you're talking to, who your target audience is you need to build your LinkedIn profile out speaking clearly to them, telling them what you do to serve them. Your entire LinkedIn profile needs to speak to them, telling them what you do for them. If you don't write your LinkedIn profile speaking clearly to them, you're wasting your time and they don't care. Now, here's the next thing you need to do. The next thing you need to do is build your LinkedIn network in a very purposeful way. Now, that's my followers. That's not my entire network. I have many less connections or fewer connections than that. But you need to build your LinkedIn network with these people. People you know and who know you. People you're meeting along the way. The people you get introduced to. And people you want to connect with or people you want to have a conversation with, but you don't send them invites and hope and pray they accept. Instead, you find someone that you know who can introduce you to that person. Let me repeat, you do not send invites out to the people that you think will buy your widget or hire you or whatever. Instead, you find people who know that person or those people and you ask for introductions. Does it work all the time? No. Does it take longer? Yes. But it's the right thing to do. Grow your LinkedIn network all around your target audience and their influencers, the people who can introduce you to your target audience. Here's the third thing you need to do. The third thing you need to do is you need to be active on LinkedIn. You have to do something. You have to be getting into conversations. You have to start conversations. You have to be on LinkedIn doing something of some meaningful value, providing value, engaging in conversations, starting conversations that are relevant to your target audience. Because when people see your words, they see what you share, they see how you engage on content. That's how you build your brand. We build our brand through our words, written and spoken. So find time on a regular basis, not every single day, not all day long, but find time to start conversations, share content, or participate in conversations. Find conversations that are going on that you can comment or reply on so that your brand can grow through your words. Now here's the next thing. You need to work past the connection and move the right connections into conversations. Now, this takes time. And by the way, if you don't know yet, let me make sure you're absolutely clear. The conversation you want to move them to is conversations all about them. Dale Carnegie said, make the conversation all about the other person. And I add to the end of that, until they give you permission to make it about you. You want to look for ways to move your target audience, not everybody you connect with, but your target audience, move them into a real conversation. Now, will they all want to? Maybe not. But the more purposeful you are at moving the right connections into real conversations about them and about their business and about what's important to them, then they'll give you permission to move the conversation into something about you. And as you're on LinkedIn and you're bumping in or discovering other LinkedIn members who could be relevant to you, could be that first great or that next great conversation that could turn into business. When you discover these people, look and see who you know who may know them. and ask for introductions. Instead of sending an invite to someone and hoping and praying that they accept it, and hoping and praying they move into a conversation, instead, ask for an introduction. Again, does it work all the time? No. But when it does work, it's great. And if it's an introduction to the right person, then they're more likely to want to have a conversation with you because you know someone whom they know and trust and respect. So every day, be looking for that next great connection and look for a way to get introduced to them. And my last tip is to do this regularly. Regularly be looking for LinkedIn connections. Regularly look for conversations to get into. Regularly look for opportunities to start conversations that are relevant and important to your target audience. LinkedIn is not a sideline tool. It's not I'll get around to it when I can get around to it tool. It's a business tool that we should be integrating into our day, using on a regular basis, using it with purpose, again, focused on our target audience. When you look at using LinkedIn and begin to use LinkedIn in this way, you'll begin to discover that it'll create value for you. Are you going to get that first client immediately? Probably not. And LinkedIn by itself is not the only tool you should be using to find your target audience and engage with your target audience. It's just one of the tools. But when you build your presence and you build your network and you build your brand and you participate in conversations and you do this on a regular basis, focused on your target audience, you're more likely to get value out of using LinkedIn as a business tool. I'm Teddy, your LinkedIn Sales Navigator strategist, trainer, and coach. Check out my Teachable course. Check out my Udemy and Skillshare and Illumio courses. Check out my Quora Space. And you'll find on a regular basis, I'm out here trying to help you use LinkedIn as a business tool.